All right, good morning, everyone. How's everyone this morning? Hope everyone is doing okay. How do you guys hear me? Does the mic sound good? Just want to make sure we're all set, ready to go. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, guys. All right, good morning on YouTube. Good morning, Cecilia. Good morning, Mickey Collins. Good morning. All right, excellent, guys. So hope everyone had a great day yesterday. Yes, thank you. I'm feeling a lot better. Still a little tired, but a lot better than yesterday. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. And also for all you guys that send me the emails, making sure I was okay. So I really appreciate that. All right, let's get this show started. So for those that have not watched the results yet, they are up on YouTube for the challenge. Norm is good morning, Norm. I was just going to mention you're handling some things on the backside right now. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing a lot better. Sipping on some tea here, doing much better. So, and thank you, Norm, for covering for yesterday. I gave Norm plenty of notice. I think I told him, hey, the show's starting now. Can you cover? So he was so great about it. He was like, sure, man, I got you. So thank you. I appreciate that. It's great working with a couple of guys that are really positive, got your back on things. So it's amazing. All right, so Norm is looking into, we did see, some of you guys pointed out, there is an issue with the top 10 on the website. It's not the same as the final because they combine Friday and Saturdays. Not Saturday, the end of Friday. The end of Friday final is different than the Friday number. So we're going to update that. That's all timing issues based on when we pull the reports on Friday night, Friday afternoon. So the one on the YouTube video, Norm, if I'm correct, that's the final correct one. So we're going to update the site pretty soon. All right. So again, just one more thing on the challenge. I think that we got a lot of great feedback. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. And this is why we're doing it again, because I think a lot of traders had a lot of fun with it. I personally had fun with it, watching all the information and seeing, how traders are doing. So it was a lot of fun for us too. A great learning experience. And some of the feedbacks we're getting is that, you had some people that got lucky and, had, these huge wins either on a low flow and riskier trades or whatever the case may be. And you know what? And I was thinking about it this morning. That happens in real life. And this is something that, we can take into consideration. You see these guys where they post these huge numbers on Twitter, because they get lucky on a few trades, but are they posting their losses? Some people don't do that. So those big wins when you trade that way also comes with big losses, right? We didn't really show the amount of people that blew up their account because they traded those type of low flows, because we want to stay positive. We want to show you guys, hey, let's focus on the actual winners. But there were a lot of people that that tried those trades and did not make it. So out of the 200 plus traders, you had 2 or 3 that I won't say got lucky, but took advantage of the opportunity and it made out well. And then you had far much more that did not do as well. So think about that in real life scenario, right? It's all a game of probability. So are you going to take a trade that the probability of that trade working out is a lot less than on some other trades, right? This is what you have to think about it. And you're going to hear Norm say it, Andrew say, you have to trade to give yourself an edge with the best probability possible. And sometimes trading those low flows, the losses can be so big that you don't have favorable probabilities, and you can bounce back from a huge loss like that. It will take you time to do that. You can bounce back from taking good risk and limited exposure to your trading. All right, so let's see what we got today. This list is getting a lot smaller. I have 4 on here. Now I only have 2. I have Bailey and WBA on the trade idea scanners. So we'll see what's going on there. Here's this. Oh, this was not yesterday's list, so I don't have stuff to go from the top list from yesterday. But Norm, what trades did you take yesterday? Maybe we'll look at some of those while this list builds up, or what you had on your watch list. That's even better. What you had on your watch list yesterday.
I'll tell you. Take a peek at ADXS, BABA, AMD, and MU were kind of in play. We kept an eye on Lyft, and then what else? JD, I think, was the other one.
Cool. Excellent, man. We'll look at these and see how these played out throughout the day. So let's start over here with ADXX, you said?
AD X-Ray Sierra XS.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Here we go. It's down quite a bit today, too. Doesn't have the volume yet. So let's see how this traded yesterday. Oh, this was nice. Had a good pre-market yesterday. Look at this huge drop here. So, and this is, we talk about this in class 4. An open range breakup setup, and I just want to get into it a little bit here because this happens quite a bit where Again, you have a look. If you look at the 5 minute, the 1 minute looks like it's not too extended. If you look at the 5 minute, look how extended it starts to get off the VWAP. You know, and that's key. That's very important. You really want to take that into consideration, because once it's this extended, the likelihood of taking an opening range breakup here are not high, right? And you could probably got it faked out here in the 1 minute. It kind of does a pullback here. This would definitely caught me here, I guarantee you, because I look for that type of setup where it comes back to VWAP. You know, I'm going to get it on the way up here, set my stop loss of VWAP or the break of the wick. This would have definitely caught me, because this looks good, has volume, but it doesn't work out. But again, once this gets so extended like this, you really got to be careful. Then it turns into a really nice engulfing crack here, right? Engulfs the previous candle and then drops below VWAP. This is an excellent trade for the short side. Even if you got stopped out towards the long, which could easily happen here, you know, if you can get out in time and then kind of analyze the trades, could have been a great short here. Baba was actually was a bit choppy here, but you can see it's trading below VWAP most of the time here. The 1 minute though looks clean though. This looks clean, but the 5 not as clean. But I know a lot of traders that trade Baba, they know how it moves. Like they're from Connecticut, he can probably, you know, identify this type of pattern, still get a good trade out of it, because he watches this stock every day. So there's traders that do that as well, and that turns out to be a way to trade also. AMD was nice, beautiful opening range breakup. You get a beautiful pullback here, so this drops nicely towards this level here. Then look at the double bottom, beautiful double bottom. Does not get cleaner than that, right? It's hard to take a V reversal. This would have been a V reversal here to VWAP. That's very difficult to take, especially before 10:30, you know, because you get so many fake outs. But clearly, look at this bounce right off this level 25.85 looks like, right to VWAP, and then you get a little more after that too. So that was nice if you were able to take that. MU not as clean, but you have a nice drop here. But again, just not as clean, even with a somewhat of a double bottom. But AMD was definitely a clean move yesterday. Lyft is making a lot of noise just in the last, what, 2 days, 3 days. But man, they're definitely taking a hit. They've got to call an Uber to get them a lift or something, because wow, down again 4.1, 733,000 shares. This is going to be in place. Probably not showing here because the ATR, well, the ATR should be high. Maybe it's not populated yet. Yeah, maybe it's not populated. Maybe it needs at least 14 days to be in the market for it to populate the ATR there. But definitely in play today, so we'll keep that on here. And then let's see what JD did yesterday. JD is, yeah, JD was a bit choppy, but you can see it found a level here, and then it took off from there after it kind of consolidated, and they're on this moving average, dipped a little bit, and then was able to hold here. So Dan says Roku from yesterday too. Let's take a look at that. Roku did nice strong move yesterday on Roku. Yeah, that was good. Some good volume here. Look at this taking off, and this is typical Roku. That's why I sometimes like to watch Roku when I don't have other stocks in play. But check this out. I mean, just this pre-market action, there's nothing going on here, no volume. This looks horrible, but then you get this beautiful play here on Roku towards the upside, riding the 9 EMA here nicely. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It's very clean. This is why, you know, Roku is kind of like an MU, where they don't have a good pre-market action, but they'll put in a good open. So that's always nice to see. All right, so give me 1 second, guys. Let's just check what's going on here. No, there should not be. Okay, so it looks like there might have been another pre-market room that was open, but no, it's this one here with the date April 2nd. All right, so yeah, so some good plays from yesterday. Ursilia gave us SGMO. Is that for this morning? SGMO, what's happening here? Oh, that is in play today. Yeah, it's moving. All right, we'll look at that. Cool, guys. So let's keep Lyft on here, because Lyft is definitely in play. I think this one's has some movement here for sure. Yeah, this looks good. Let's see what we got in our gappers list up here. So we have some stuff that's down today. CVS. CVS has been making some noise over the last couple of days, so we'll take a look at that. It's got some volume here. 195. I got a nice little drop, down 2.2. All right, Billy. See what Billy's up to, down 2.9. I rarely have shares for short on Billy, and I can see that I don't already this morning. Not the cleanest pre-market action, does have some volume, 235, but not as clean pre-market action wise, price action wise. Next we have WBA. That's Walgreens, right? WBA Walgreens. Yes, it is. Oh wow, down 9.3. Did they have earnings today? What's going on with these guys? WBA. Yeah. That looks like it. They had some earnings this morning at 7 here. So, yeah, pretty nice drop on WBA. So that's in play. Look at this daily chart. That looks very nice. So let's see if we can give us some good moves. Right now, 637,000 shares traded and dropping. So this keeps going here. That's good. That's nice. Got some good volume, good price action. We got DWDP coming up here as well. DWDP is doesn't have great volume. It is dropping a bit, but wait a minute. Is this a regular stock? What is this? Oh, it is. Why is it on here? It's only down 0.44, but it was down 32 on the gappers list. Am I looking at this right? Yeah, I am looking at this right. So I'm not sure what caused this to say that it's down 32% here. Maybe because of the drop. Oh, because the drop was yesterday.
They're splitting that company in half or into 3 pieces, which causes it to be a little funky.
Oh, okay, that's what data looks like this. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not sure that this one's going to be tradable today, but we'll keep it on here, see what happens. But I doubt it, just the way this price action is. It's a little bit funky, so I'd rather not mess with it today. All right, and then that's what we have in our gappers list. Let's take a look at our NASDAQ gains, NASDAQ active. Let's go on over here. ADMA. ADMA is volume it's good. 3.3 million shares traded, up 56%. So that's nice. See what the daily chart looks like. Daily chart is pretty flat throughout most days, but today is definitely active and in play. What is the float on this this one here? We're looking at, oh, it's not even that much of a low flow. It's 30 million shares, so it's really not a low flow, but I am gonna still put it down here just because the price. You know, you want to be careful in a stock that's trading at $6 with that much volume, right? You just want to watch the number of shares you take on this thing here. But definitely in play today. 3.3 million shares traded, up 55%. Just curious on what is the news on this. So let's hop in here, check Benzinga real quick, see what we got going on this this bad boy this morning. So shares are up. All right. So they announced an FDA approval. That's what it is. So ADMA has an FDA approval last night. Looks like this morning also being confirmed as one of the top movers, up 42% this morning, but now we're at 55. So ADMA is looking good. Good volume here. Next we have SGMO. Ercilia was mentioning this one earlier as well. SGMO. All right, up 50%, 1 million shares traded so far. This one we have looked at in the past. I have never personally traded, but we have looked at this one in the past, and not the best daily chart. Looks like it's better at selling off than selling up. So let's see what it does here. Look at the volume here, sells off. Do we have any other day that has actually gapped up and sold up? Let's yeah, you have maybe one day here, a couple here, but not really clean. So we'll be careful with this one today, guys. I mean, it's really active this morning. It is shortable, so that's great. 83 million shares flow, so this will be in play today. Thought it was a low flow, but it's not. But you know what? I'm still gonna keep it down here, as just because the amount of risk you need to take here, you gotta be very careful. This can move $1 against you, just like that. So you don't wanna you know, confuse it with a normal mid to large flow stock there. EDAP, not much going on here. No volume, no good pre-market action. Riot used to be one of our good buddies back in the days when Bitcoin, I think it's Bitcoin, right? I forgot what it was, but yeah, we used to trade this a lot.
Bitcoin went over 4,000 or so. I think it's over 5 now, maybe. So that's kind of spiking those. Oh,
that's what
that used to be in play.
Yeah, we used to play this one quite a bit, but it was very risky too. You had to really watch it during those times. It moved like a TLRY, like TLRY's baby or something. That's what that thing moved like. SFET here is we have plenty of levels. I think we looked at this in the past, probably last week when it had this big spike over here. Not doing much today. Only 106,000 shares traded, so we'll pass on that. TAYIT, nothing happening. NXTD, not much going on. Let's see what we have down here. HCAP, HV has the volume. We have looked at this before, but the volume is not creating good pre-market action because you just got a few candles on here that are just creating this this 250,000 shares traded so far. But look at this 1 minute chart. There's really nothing going on right now, so nothing good there. NETE is a garbage. XNet is XNet was another one. Again, this is the Bitcoin stuff that's kind of waking up this morning. But yeah, nothing much going on here. Another one that we traded very heavily. This was like our MU back in those days. I mean, you just could catch this any direction, short and long. Really predictable, really good moves. So XNet making some noise today. All right, so let's look at ADMA. We have SGMO. We have down there as well. AVEO. AVEO is basically trading under $1, just getting over $1 here. 1.1 million shares traded so far, but I really do not like this pre-market action. And look at this, just because we have this huge candle here at 320,000 shares traded, the order flow right now doesn't look great. So I don't like a lot of things in this candle here. Has had a couple of great days though. Has had a really nice pop over here, at 60 cents, and then it's just getting up to $1.10. So that's good. Trying to get higher here, but really not my type of style of stock to trade. And again, anything under $1, you got to be really careful because it's just, you could take a huge number of shares, and it's just, they don't trade as a stocks I like to watch. So here it is, Lyft with just 3 days, building a highway to hell over here. It's just really weak over the last couple of days. Looks like it wants to drop again. This is definitely on our watch list. We have it here. 797,000 shares traded so far, down 4.3 this morning. WBA, yeah, we have it as well. This is good. Evoke is nothing happening here. Penny stock, 700,000 shares. NASDAQ ETF. JAGX, what we got going on here? Penny stock, nothing happening. AMD's got a bit of volume. I say a bit, yes, 321, but I say a bit because for AMD that's not much. AMD gets the volume. Has a good daily chart though. It's kind of having a few days where it's bouncing back here, above some levels here at this moment, at above 2750. You got some very clean levels we can mark down here too towards the top. So I'm gonna put AMD here. I know it doesn't have the volume right now, the good pre-market action, but I'm just gonna keep it here just to keep an eye on it. And then last one but not least, Mara is 322, but it's really a penny stock, so not really something I want to watch. And right now it doesn't really have a good pre-market action here. All right, so let's see OSTK. I'm gonna jump to that one next because that is popping up here into our trade idea scanners. Also, I saw someone mention it earlier today in the chat room. So OSTK, what do we have here? Right, the volume is not quite there yet. 110,000 shares traded. Pre-market action not looking too exciting at the moment, but it is up 5.7, so that's quite a bit for this stock. 5.7 here, trying to put in a bounce of finding some support here around 16, so that's a good support area. Looks like it's ready to head higher, so we can find some levels on here. Pre-market action doesn't look great right now. I want to see a lot more volume than just 112,000 on this. OSTK, we'll throw it on here just to take a look at it. Tyler, AMDM, yes, it did get halted. Let's go back to it. So ADMA got halted, but now it's resumed. Yeah, so it did get halted probably when you called it earlier today, but no, it's playing right now. You could tell too, right over here, you could tell if a stock is halted or it was halted throughout the trading day. Here you're gonna have a T, so that means trading resumed, I believe. And then obviously when it's halted, you have this whole thing pops down here, and you see the information here, trading paused, and you see the price action that the stock might open up at. But yeah, it looks like it was halted earlier today, really early, because it resumed at 7:10. So it's active today. Let's see. Again, I'm not seeing in the history where we have a gap up where actually run. Oh, here's one where it gaps up and actually runs a bit. So all right, we'll see. All right, guys, what do you guys have on your end? What do you see that's moving, that's exciting, that maybe I have not gone over? All right, So John, what do I think about Riot? Again, Riot was a stock that we used to trade often, but I really want to be careful with this one. I mean, it's definitely got some activity. It looks like the Bitcoin, like Norm was saying, is going over 5,000 today, I believe. But again, it's a stock that can go either way. I mean, you have a lot of shares traded right here, 80,000 of it. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'll be very cautious with it though, because again, it's just you don't know what to expect from this one. So it can be traded. I think it's going to be active today because people like trading Riot. It's a lower price stock. It can trade well if it gets the volume, but it's really got to get some really good volume at the open. It also depends on what Bitcoin's doing on that side, right? So depending on, make sure you're able to watch that to see how that's doing. No, Riot is not shortable. Nope, that's not shortable. There it is, getting some volume though. This is nice. If it can build a ramp here and kind of stay steady above 41, it can definitely do something. What is the float? 13 million shares float. So, yeah, I think it'll be in play. We'll watch it for all time's sake. We'll put it on there. Let's see what it does. Next we have what we have here. Yeah, WBA definitely in play. We have that on here. CVS is down too, but I don't think CVS reported. I think just Walgreens did, right? And I don't think they own each other, or do they? Not sure about that. ODP here. Yeah, so this is right here. Definitely high frequency trading, guys, that's been happening here. This stock is definitely not in play today, just because it's just the price action. If you just by looking at the price action and nothing else, this is something you don't want to be part of. And actually for this morning, there's really not a lot of action happening right now. I don't have much information up here, so no activity this morning. Let's look at DWDP. We have this one here. We have on here 115,000 shares traded so far. But the pre-market action is not looking great. And Norm was mentioning this stock is being split up a bit. So I'd rather not watch a stock that's got that type of news in the background going on. ELF is no activity this morning. Daily chart looks like it's been, climbing higher here, crawling higher slowly. But again, no activity for us to watch this morning, pre-market wise. Next we have CWEB. Yep, no action on CWEB right now. Let's check out NIO. NIO is one of those stocks that I prefer not to trade, but they do got some volume today. 2.1 million shares traded so far. Again, over the last couple of days, even though they have red candles, they've been making higher highs, higher lows. Just kind of grinding slowly up here now. They're hitting this moving average. Looks like they're trying to hold above that, so that's nice. So again, it's got a decent daily chart, not a bad daily chart at all. I just personally do not like the price action on NIO when it opens up. It can be very choppy. I don't trade it well. I prefer to stay away from it. Let's see how I traded yesterday. Again, look at this, just crazy wicks at the open. Yeah, it's just not a fan of it. Does put in a nice double bottom off this moving average here, so that's nice. Nice double bottom, takes off at least 2 VWAPs, so that was nice. But again, not one of my personal favorites for sure. What else we have? So we have Marique is giving us PULM. What do we have here? Not much volume at the moment. Did put in a big day yesterday, 53,000 shares. That's a lot more than the average. You can see down here it's not much happening, but yesterday had a really big day, really big pop from 140 up to $3. That's nice. Today seems a little weak, selling off, down 15.1. Again, this could be a possible play later on today if the news is real and it has some support and it finds some support here. It can start bouncing back and hopefully hit the highs of yesterday or get above the previous day close. But right now, not giving us any indication that's ready to happen at the open. TORV, not much volume. Again, beautiful daily chart though. I see why you're picking these out. Yeah, this has got a good daily chart here. Same thing, had a big day yesterday. If it can find support here, it can put in a big day today as well, or at least get above the previous day close or the high of the pre-market. So got some very clean levels. It's at a point where it's got a decision to make, and if it gets the volume, it can definitely do something. SGMO looks really good. Nas is telling me, yes, it does. SGMO looks good. It has a beautiful pre-market action. Oops, hold on a second. SGMO. All right, yeah, SGMO has a really good pre-market action here, so tons of volume. This looks nice. Yeah, this looks very good today. Just got to be careful at the open, because I'm noticing that in the history in the daily charts, it seems to sell off more than to sell up. So you got to be very careful on that side. AMD is again not doing much. I'm just have it on here just to see what it does. I might drop it off. And then OSTK. All right. So what else you guys have? David from Connecticut, LW reported this morning, but no volume just yet. All right, so they're up 7% here. Good daily chart. That's a nice little pop here. So this is good. Something we could watch later on mid-morning if it gets the volume. So we'll throw it down here in a possible mid-morning list. All right, guys. Let's see what else we got. We'll take a few more, then we will get into finding some levels. Yeah, Mickey. So I got it on here. LW. They're doing earnings. So let's see what it does. Again, up quite a bit. Here it's got a nice daily chart, up 7%. Just needs to get the volume. So let's see how that develops later in the morning and at the open as well. All right, Norm. Anything you're watching on your end that you like?
I'm still working on this project, so I haven't even had a chance to get to my watch list.
No, do that. Absolutely. No, it's okay, man. It's okay. See, Norm is checking something out that we gotta correct on our site. All right. So questions. Do we prefer consolidation at the daily with a potential for a breakout of a daily candle that has already broken out or has momentum? Yes, I would prefer that, but again, I think the price action is the biggest thing, to be honest. I got a great question over the weekend. Someone asked me, do I prefer ABCD patterns below the VWAP, above the VWAP, above certain moving averages? And yes, I would prefer the above the VWAP and above the moving averages. But we have good examples of trades that actually Andrew has taken where the ABCD pattern forms below the VWAP and below all the moving averages. But the price action turned out to be so clean and nice that you're able to spot what you're trying to trade, still get a good risk to reward, and still take that trade. So yes, preferably I would like it to be that way, but we do see situations where they're not, where they form still a good opportunity, a good risk to reward. As long as you can manage your risk to reward and you can get a good, you can see, okay, here's where I got to stop out, and the volume is there and the price action is looking good. You can take trades that are like that. They're not type A setups, but when you have those type B setups, you can still take them and be profitable. You just got to take less risk, so reduce the number of shares. Say, hey, you know what, I am not too confident on this trade, because not every trade is going to be type A. It's just the market doesn't move where every day you're going to find these amazing setups over and over again. And this is why a lot of traders, they go through a span of 2 weeks where everything is A type setup. Whatever they take short works, whatever they take long works. Everything just seems perfect. They're on cloud 9. And then you realize when the market is not giving you those opportunities, but you're still trading a little bit aggressive, you pay for a little more. So you got to kind of spot, hey, this is not a type A setup. This looks like a very choppy watch list. Let me pull back the number of shares I'm going to take and the number of trades I'm going to take. And this is when you get into that nice consistency, having really small red days and some nice green days more than often. So very important to do that, guys. Know when to pull back the number of shares or even not to trade. You can do all of those. All right, guys. So I think we have quite a bit here. Let's go through this list. Let's eliminate the weak and find what we can keep here. We got quite some stuff that's moving today. So Lyft definitely in play. Has been play over the last couple of 3 days. Again, really weak, down another 4.6 today. I mean, this thing opened up at what? At 80. What are we looking at here? 87. Yeah, opened up at 87.25, and now it's trading at 65, as low as a 65.20 today. So definitely in play. I don't have shares for short, unfortunately. I did yesterday though. I popped in yesterday just to see how it was doing in the afternoon, and I did have shares for short. So not sure what's happening here. So now it is down. Low of the pre-market 68.28 at the moment. Not much levels we can mark on here besides that one. And then we clearly have the previous day close, the low from yesterday. We got some moving average, and don't take these moving averages as a lot to consider. Again, there's just not enough daily history here to really look at these moving averages. They don't mean anything right now. You're only looking at the previous day close, the high from yesterday, the open. Just look at these levels for now. That's all there is to it. So again, this is one of those stocks that if you do trade them, I would prefer not to trade something like this, but it's really active. It has a lot of volume. It's moving nicely, a lot of liquidity. So you just want to be cautious and really pay attention to the price action if you're going to trade this type of stock today. CVS is down, down quite a bit, down nicely. We have way too many levels here. Let's remove some of these. I think I did a hotkey for removing all levels. Yes, I did. Here we go. So let's remove these levels, and then let's mark some of the ones that are relevant to where the price action is now. We have down here 5201. Nice clean level towards the bottom. It's sitting right now at a level that it had a couple of days ago. There's 5284, 5285, low of the pre-market today. But you can see it held this a couple of days ago, and it had a nice bounce from it actually. So that's nice to have there. Nothing really in between. I mean, you could get fancy and you can mark down this one here, 5238, just in case. Have an area where if this loses, you can take profits, you know, 30 cents down or so. Towards the top, you got plenty. I don't think you need to add any more. You have the previous day low over here, 2 days ago low down over here, and then you have the 2 days ago high, previous day close, and then high from yesterday. So plenty of levels towards the top. You got a really nice range of levels to play with in here. All right, so that's CVS. CVS looks okay. Not the cleanest pre-market action. It does have a nice bounce here, holding again this level 5284. I think you'll get the volume today, and if it can crack this here, it can go for a nice run, or it can bounce nicely from here. So I do like where the daily chart is sitting at on CVS right now. I do like the levels that we have for this one. So I like CVS. I'll keep that one on here. Billy's not doing too good. Not doing too good. Just really crazy pre-market action on this one. So I'm just gonna take it off. It does have a bit of a volume, but the price action is just not clean. Look at this. This is what we call a really bad pre-market action. So we'll get rid of it. If it gets the volume, we'll look at that in our scanners. I know Brian was watching this. I think it was last week, I believe. I'm not sure, or if he might have put it on his watch list. I'm not sure, but right now it's just not looking great. So we'll get rid of this one. WBA is down quite a bit, 9.3. We do like this one too. This one also has a lot more volume, 938,000 shares traded. Low of the pre-market sitting at 57.40. Let's see what we have below here. What else do we have towards the bottom? Let's go back. Just because I'm here, I'm going to mark this level here too, this 59.20. I'm going to mark that because you do have this bouncing from, I hate when this does that. Let's go back. Here we go. We do have this bouncing from here and this one here as well. So you got very, very clean support at that 59.20 level. All right, let's go back in time here and see what's the next level below. Is this all-time low? No. Okay, here we go. So we just need at least 1 or 2 levels under this price action right now, because again, if it can crack this, it can run. So we have one all the way down here at 55.43, and then one in between here also. You have several days bouncing off this 56.51. Let me zoom in a little because I know that could be hard to see. So you got, again, these days coming down here to that 56.51, bouncing from it nice. You got another bounce here as well. Then you have this one day where it actually breaks down this 56.51 and gets to this 53.43 level here. Yep, here it is. 53.43 here. So pretty nice. Also, this one, it dips a little lower here. It does get the wick down lower, but again, it's closes around this range too. And then these 3 days are clearly bouncing off this 55.43. So pretty good level towards the bottom. Towards the top, as we mentioned, we have this 59.19, and you saw in the history this 59.19 also hits it a couple of weeks back, right on the head. So we want to mark that down. And then over here we have another one, 61.25, and I like this one because you have this day coming down to it, closing at that level. This one also playing around with it. Then you have the bounce as well. You have 1, 2, right from that 61.25. So I like that as well. Then above that, you got plenty. You got the previous day highs, lows, and previous day close sitting all in here. I don't think it wants to go back up there today. I mean, it looks pretty weak. I mean, it's testing this level for the second time right now as we speak. It looks like it wants to crack it. We do have shares for short. So let's see if the sellers can win this battle here that's about to happen in the pre-market. DWP I'm going to remove, guys. I think it's just, again, not tradable right now. No volume on this one. I think they're splitting the company up 2 or 3 ways. No one was telling me earlier, so we'll just get rid of this. Let's see what else we have. AMD is let's see what we're doing here. AMD. All right, so AMD is again, it has a good daily chart, not the best volume right now. I'm going to keep it on here because I know it's going to get the volume. It's all about, is it going to trade well today, right? So is it going to give us a good opportunity? So let's mark this level here, 27. We also have up here 27.67, and then all the way at the top 28.10. Towards the bottom, you got plenty. You got the previous day close, previous day high and lows listed all down here as well. So plenty of levels to go by. Next we have OSTK. So OSTK, all right, it's up 6.4. The volume is so, but I'm not really liking the pre-market action at the moment. We'll keep it on here. Let's find some levels. We'll see how it actually opens. Let's go over to the daily chart. Let's mark down high of the pre-market, 1766. Above that, 1843. It's a good level there. And then we got some moving averages coming in this area too. The next level we can possibly mark here, you know, I'm gonna go with this one here, 1975. So plenty of good levels here towards the top, and then towards the bottom you got some really good level with a good support. So this over the last couple of days came down here to 16, found some support. You see it tries to break below it several times, but clearly bounces up. So again, just found some really good support here. You got the previous day high here from 2 days ago, previous day close, previous day low, and previous day low. So plenty of support down here, and bouncing back up nicely today. So let's see if it can sustain this bounce. Let's see if we can get up to above the high of the pre-market 1766 and take off from there. So all right, so ISRG, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so ISRG doesn't really have much volume right now. Daily chart looks good. Looks like it's finding some kind of support here on this run that it's trying to make. But again, really high price stock though. This is something I would definitely not be trading just because the price is too high. Let's see, get some movement here. All right, so now ADMA. So ADMA was halted earlier today, resumed this morning, so it's got tons of volume. This one is 30 million shares float, so it's not that low float. You know, it's but you do want to put it on your riskier pile today because the price is $6.35. So you want to be very careful. It is shortable, which is nice. You can go both ways on this. Let's get some levels in here. So high of the pre-market right now sitting at 704. Let's see what we can find above that. I'm gonna mark this level here at a 592, because you do have, I'm just gonna zoom in, I want to show you this a little closer. You do have some days where you have some bounces from it here, and then you also have a drop here, and then it comes back up to test this as resistance. So it was support as for a couple of days, couldn't hold, now it became resistance in this area here. So 592 looks good. Let's see, look at that 705. It's kind of in the area of where it popped up a couple of months ago. Let's go back, see what else we can find above this 705. All right, so we got some mountains over here. We can mark 771 is one, very clean here. You got several days also testing this here, and this one right over here, and then you also have this one all the way up here at 801. So I think that's plenty. That's plenty for this. And then just in case, we can mark down the low of the day, which is sitting at 499. All right, excellent guys. So this is what we have so far on this. Let's check the other one, SGMO. So SGMO, really active right now. Again, 1.7 million shares traded. High of the pre-market sitting at 1479. 1479. Below here we have a clear support level here at $13, 12.96. You can see that you have several days coming up here and just kind of testing this as resistance. Could be support today. You also have a moving average right next to it coming in now in the pre-market. Then above this 1480, you have another one at 1733. Let's see if we can get something in between here. Actually, SGMO has an okay daily chart. You can find a lot of clean levels in here, and for 1649. So here's what I have so far on SGMO. So we'll keep those levels on there. RAI, let's see what RAI is doing. So RAI might be in play today. Again, it's just, it has the volume up 36%. Looks like it's trying to make a move today. So let's mark some levels just to watch this one. 495 high of the pre-market. You also have a possible support level in this area here, 431. You can see you got several days testing that. And then above this 495 high of the pre-market, let's see what we can find here on the daily chart. All right, so we clean level over here at 581 and another one up here at 680. All right, so yeah, that looks good. Looks like it's trying to hold something here. Again, it just doesn't have the cleanest pre-market action. You have the volume really spread out here. If it can continue to sustain this volume here and at the open and get some momentum, this can turn out to be really good. Okay, and LW, just take a look at LW. Still not much happening, but it does look like it can be a good midday play. Let's just get some levels for it. We have 83, 854. We also have 79.64 in here towards the bottom. You have this level here, 66.84. So just throwing some levels on here just in case it hits our turbo breakdown, turbo breakup. We can tune into this and see if we can find any kind of moves. All right, so let me just go over what we have. We have LIF, we have CVS. Oh, CVS broke that 52.84. Man, I knew that was a possibility because you can just tell here that they were really testing this level 52.84. So the minute it cracks it here and just dropping nicely now. Next one is at 52.41. Hopefully it doesn't move too much at the open, and we want this thing to just stay steady. You know, give us an opportunity to get in here. If we're going to drop all day, just give us a a chance for a pullback. Next level we have 52.41. Next one below that is 52.01, and 52.01 has bounced from there a few times, so you want to be careful with that level. Don't go short into that level. I personally wouldn't. WBA is holding this 50, broke this 57.41, now holding this 56. You see how these levels are working, guys? It comes the minute it breaks this level, comes right down to this other one we have here, 56.51. So now you're getting a nice pullback here. Let's see if it can bounce from here or if it's going to continue to be weak. All right, and AMD is not doing much. I'm just watching here just in case. OSTK is trying to get up to that 1767. ADMA also trying to hold here, let's mark this level. It is actually trying to hold this 622 here. See if it can hold that. And then we have SGMO. SGMO is also consolidating here at this moving average. 9 EMA coming right under the price action, and RAI is kind of putting a bull flag here, ABCD pattern at the moment. All right, guys, so that's what I have so far. Anything else? DAL. Someone mentioned DAL. I see it in our Gabber scanner here as well, up 4.5. DAL doesn't have the volume, but it looks like it's just started moving. Doesn't have quite the volume yet though, so I can put this on here. We can watch later, see if it creates some kind of movement. Any news on DAL that we got going on? 54.91 high of the pre-market. We got some levels all the way up here. I don't think we'll get there, but we have one here at a 56.48. Then towards the bottom, you have several days consolidating around this 55.53. You have this drop here, then you have these levels using it as a resistance. So yeah, so we'll watch this for a mid-morning play. I might not watch it at the open, or I might replace it with AMD. I'm gonna check what Brian has when he jumps on, also what Norm puts on his watch list as well, and see if they have something that I like better than what I have at the moment. All right, guys, we got a few more minutes left. Anything else that I might have missed? Something that you might have that looks good that we should take a look at? Also, earnings on
everywhere.
DAL. Go ahead.
I wrapped up what I was doing, and I was looking, and it seems pretty light overall, really. And I'm not a huge fan of these that we have up right now, but
yeah. Here a lot doesn't look great. I mean, I'm not a fan of OSTK at all by any means. AMD is, it's got to do something. WBA looks good though. I like WBA. CVS is starting to look great now too. These are getting some movement, so I like those. And then LIF is becoming a little choppy. It will be interesting to see what LIF does today after having 3 red. We're going on his 3rd red open right now, so that'll be fun. And then Riot, again, I'm not a fan of Riot. SGMO looks good, got some serious volume, and you could short this one. So, and I don't believe it's a low flow stock neither. I just have it here because you really got to watch the price action. SGMO is not a low flow. No, it's 86 million shares. So this is not a low flow, but again, it's a lower price stock, and the ATR is overall it's 40 cents, but today it's obviously trading a little higher than that, probably $1.50 or so. or more. But yeah, this is one that I like the way it's moving now. You can take it short and long. I have it down here in the riskier pile. It's not a low flow, but I do want to watch the number of shares I take on this. I don't want to go crazy and buy 25K of buying power on a stock that's $13, right? I don't want to do that. So all right, and then we have and we spoke about Riot, and then we have these two possibles over here, LW and DAL, that seem to be consolidating and doing something today. DAL with earnings, I believe someone mentioned, and then LW also got some news here coming up. All right, HR bounce. Let's see what HR is up to. HR, Benny. HR is not doing much right now. If you're looking at the daily chart, that's what I'm assuming you are. Yeah, it could put in a bounce. It looks like it's finding some support at $100, so maybe this could be a good play later on today. All right, guys, we're coming up on 9:15. I think this will be my final list here. I might remove AMD if I find something better. Definitely my favorite to watch today is WBA and CVS. They're trading really nice right now, getting some serious volume. Do not be short bias on these two guys. Be very careful. After a big sell-off, they could have a big bounce. So take care, guys, on YouTube. Thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great trading day. Trade safe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Go ahead.
Wanted to point out one thing real quick, Carlos, before you get off of YouTube. We announced the winners to the challenge last night. We also announced we're going to do the second Bear Bull Traders Challenge. It'll start in 2 weeks roughly on the 11th or 12th. And the grand prize for that one is actually Andrew's exact trading laptop setup with his 3 portable screens, hub, backpack, and everything else.
Yeah. So definitely check out that video. Actually, we'll put the link in a second. We'll throw it on there. But yeah, check out that video. We're doing it again. Also see the results. Very interesting results in regards to the commission totals and the equity curves of the top players. That was nice to see. All right, guys, take care. Again, have a great trading day, and we will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern time.
Take care. Trade safe, guys.